Hey amazing viewers and subscribers, and as you can see I am wearing my Starfleet uniform from the 2366 to the 2370s, just before of my Starfleet uniform, because I'm going to be doing Star Trek Sundays. Yes, every Sunday I'm going to be doing a Star Trek video every Sunday from now, because I want to expand my channel and have tried this doing a few times with Star Trek videos, and some have hit popular, some have hit not popular. So I thought, you know what, to make this the very first video of Star Trek Sundays, I'm going to be ranking every single TV series we have had from Star Trek, going from the original series down to the latest ones, which is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Star Trek Picard, you know, Star Trek Lower Decks, and Star Trek Prodigy. So let's dive into ranking all of the Star Trek TV series. Let's go. So, in number 11, so in 11th place, I've had to put this on 11th place, it is Star Trek, the animated series. Yes, starring Captain James T. Kirk with the crew of the Enterprise and in animation form. I have to admit, this isn't really a strong Star Trek series. Going in for over two seasons, it's not a brilliant one, but there's still some average episodes I still physically find myself enjoying. And I prefer this, even though this is my least favourite, I still have to admit it's actually kind of good in sort of stories, like when we have the return of Savlon Jones, who basically is the man from the Tribble episode of the original series. So yeah, number 11, the animated series. Number 10, so in 10th place, I've had to put Star Trek, the original series. Yes, I don't really enjoy the original series. I mean, as you can tell, the animated series and the original series, I'm not really too keen on, because one, I can't stand William Shatner, and I'm sorry to anybody that thinks that all the stuff with Captain Kirk is great. I just cannot get into Kirk. I really can't. Yes, William Shatner is so much better in the films than he is in the TV series. In the TV series, I really think he is so much of a prat. I mean, the rest of the cast, like George Takei, Leonard Nimoy, Nicholas, the one that plays the horror, they're all quite good. It's just my problem with the original series is Kirk. I just cannot get into William Shatner. I mean, the man who goes, Captain's log, study 27291. I cannot sit down long enough. Yeah, I just really don't get into the original series. It does have some good episodes, like The Balance of Terror, or The Trouble with Tribbles, when they're at K7, which is absolutely brilliant, because I've actually got the model of K7 right here. I'll just go and grab that a minute. Where the Enterprise is orbiting the space station, and of course you have the Klingon D-Class 7, basically there as well, wanting shore leave. But the rest of the original series, it has some good episodes in season 1, like the one where you got Captain Kirk on Assistance 3 fighting a Gorn, with basically doing a karate chop on its neck and stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry to say this, the original series is in 10th place. Then, of course, in number 9th place, it is Star Trek Enterprise. Yes, it's been a long road getting from there to here. Now, the reason I've had to put Enterprise in 9th place, even though I do enjoy it more than the original series and the animated series, I just don't think Enterprise hit its drive with the first 2 seasons. Then when you get into season 3 with the whole lot of the Cindy going on, yeah, that's actually enjoyable. But seasons 1 and 2 really do let down this season, because one, we have the NX-01 Enterprise versus the Ferengi, which really the Ferengi weren't really introduced until the 24th century. And of course we have that episode with the Borg. Yes, the Borg have been basically a debris since First Contact, when the Enterprise destroyed the Borg sphere, and basically the Borg got in Star Trek Enterprise in season 2. Yes, the episode is quite good, but I really think they brought in the Borg way too early in Enterprise. I really think if this was a season 4 episode, I think, yeah, people will enjoy it. Number 8. So, in 8th place, I've had to put this one in 8th place because it's just really, really good. It is Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery follows the crew of Michael Burnham since basically causing a massive war between the Klingons in the first season. In the second season, she ends up taking the ship into the far future in the 32nd century. Season 3 and 4 is when Discovery does really hit its Prime. I have to admit, I really do like Discovery season 3 and 4 because I love the whole the 32nd century. I love when we have Voyager approaching with the Voyager J, when the Discovery crew end up bumping into it in the next starbase. I really do like the Voyager D, and of course the USS Nog and the USS Archer. I really do like the callbacks and stuff in this season as well, because in Discovery season 1 we do have callbacks to Jonathan Archer and Captain Christopher Pike, who are two of the best Starfleet captains in the command of the Enterprise, I have to say. So yeah, Discovery has got to be in 8th place. 7th place, I've had to put this one in 7th place because this one I do physically enjoy. Star Trek Prodigy. Yes, the Star Trek show that is basically for kids. And I have to admit, watching it from the get-go, starting off from the first episode, this series is absolutely brilliant. I love the whole USS Prodigy, aka the starship itself. Hologram Janeway, she's actually quite funny. She's got some good moments. The little alien casts between Dal, who's basically the shape-shifting kind of alien who's basically been made up by different alien body parts. He's actually kind of cool. I do like him, and I do like the rest of the cast in this as well. Really looking forward to season 2, by the way, later this year. I'm really looking forward to seeing them in their Starfleet uniforms as Starfleet cadets, I have to admit. That's really looked good. Number 6. In 6th place, I had to put this one in 6th place. It is Lower Decks. Lower Decks has been flat amazing for the first 3 seasons. I'm really looking forward to season 4 later this year. I love following the crew on their adventures in the USS Serentus. I love the way we have callbacks to Kirk's time and to TNG era, where you kind of have connections like in season 3. We go back to Deep Space Nine. We see Quark. We see other elements of other Star Treks from the past into this new series of Lower Decks, and it is absolutely brilliant and amazing. I love Lower Decks. Number 5. Yes, in 5th place, we are jumping into Voyager territory with Star Trek Voyager. Voyager was launched in the 2371 and got stranded in the Delta Quadrant for 7 years. Yes, 7 years it got stranded inside the Delta Quadrant. And my God, going from the Kazon sector to the Erosion, then coming into Borg space, Voyager had so many good episodes. Not in the first 2 seasons, but when you get into season 3, it does get into its stride, especially when 7 and 9 comes along in season 4. I have to admit, I really do enjoy Voyager. I'm sorry to my best mate, Jamie Arrowsmith, but Voyager, for me, is in 5th place because the next 4... It was actually in 3rd place, but the next... I mean, some of these Star Trek shows that have come out recently in the last year have really pushed Voyager further down the list for me, and I'm sorry to say that, Mr. Arrowsmith, or shall I say Admiral Arrowsmith. I am sorry, but Voyager is literally in 5th place. Number 4. So in 4th place, it is Star Trek Picard. Star Trek Picard. Now, I understand why people have problems with season 1 and season 2. And let me just say, season 3 has flat out been amazing. Flat out amazing. And we are in the final episode this Friday coming. So next Sunday, I'm going to be doing my review on season 3 of Star Trek Picard. And what are the high points this season and what the stuff I actually did enjoy. Now, talking about Star Trek Picard, I just flat out love this series because my favourite captain in Starfleet history is Captain Jean-Luc Picard. I'm sorry to say that. TNG, it is one of the best Star Trek shows. It's literally in the top 4. I'm not saying where it is in place, but you can guarantee it's very, very high up. I just really love TNG era. TNG is flat out amazing. So to see Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Admiral Picard, yes, in these 3 seasons, Picard is Admiral. Yes, I really do enjoy season 1. I love season 1 with the whole build up with Dash and Vash, her daughter, with Dash and Soji. I love the Romulans. I love the art attack with the X-Borgs. I love the fact that we do see the return of the Rikers. I do love to see the return of Hugh and 7 and 9. And I love the callback to Janeway in season 2 and season 3. I have to admit, I really am loving season 3. This season has flat out been the best series of Star Trek for a very, very long time. And I'm sorry to say that, but I'm going here to say at maximum warp, Star Trek Picard season 3 is the best season I can ever say I have seen in Star Trek since way after the 90s. I have to admit, I love Star Trek Picard. It's just a great series. In third place. Now, I've had to put this one in third place because 1, it's good, 2, it's amazing, and 3, why not go and watch it yourselves? Well, in third place, I had to put Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Yes, Deep Space Nine has got to be the third best series. Yes, it's not set on a spaceship, it's set on a space station orbiting a wormhole to the Gamma Quadrant. We have the Dominion War, we have the Cardassians, we got the Bajorans, we have a Klingon war between the Federation and the Cardassians, we have TNG crossovers by bringing Miles O'Brien in from season 1, basically get going. You watch him grow as a character even more than he was in the Next Generation. But we also have from season 4, Mr. Worf, the Klingon known as Mr. Worf, joins the crew of Deep Space Nine. In season 3, we have the USS Defiant make its debut. I have to admit, I really love Deep Space Nine. It's a really great season. I love the whole Dominion War. Gul Dukat, he is the best villain Star Trek has ever put out in its years. He is the best villain. Gul Dukat as the Cardassian, he is absolutely brilliant as the main villain in Deep Space Nine. It's absolutely brilliant. Avery Brooks gives a fantastic performance as Captain Benjamin Sisko from the very first season down to the last season, which in course is the last episode, is Far Beyond the Stars, I believe. I haven't watched Deep Space Nine season 7 for a very long time, and I'm in the middle of rewatching Deep Space Nine right now. I'm on the 7th season. I absolutely love Deep Space Nine. I have to admit, it's just one of the great things about Star Trek that I absolutely love. So, number 2. So in second place, I had to put this one in second place because this one I had so much appreciation for it when it came out last year, and it's only just recently came out on Blu-ray, and I have to admit, it is Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Now this has got to be the best version of the USS Enterprise NCC 1701 original. I absolutely love this series. It's absolutely brilliant. I cannot wait for season 2 in June the 15th when it comes on. I cannot wait for season 2 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I absolutely love the whole cast in this whole Star Trek series. I love the fact they've revamped the Gorn. I love the horror aspects when you see the Gorn literally pop out of this alien stomach. I really love Strange New Worlds. I mean, I love the fact it's following on from Discovery season 2, where basically Pike sees his own future when he becomes like the face melted because he saves cadets in a mission. I have to admit, I really love Strange New Worlds because Captain Christopher Pike is flat out amazing. Ethan Parks as Spock, yeah, I absolutely like that. I like the woman who plays number 1. She's actually quite interesting. The security officer, I think she's quite good as well. I like the Doctor. The Doctor does remind me of Bones in a funny aspect way, and of course as Mr. Flux, aka from Star Trek Enterprise, Flux. I have to admit, I really do like this episode, this whole series. Season 1's flat out amazing. Go and watch Star Trek Strange New Worlds if you haven't. And number 1, my all-time favourite Star Trek show ever has got to be The Next Generation. This is the Star Trek show I grew up watching over and over again, and I still rewatch this one over and over again. This one never gets old. It is the best Star Trek show. I can honestly say it is flat out brilliant. It is flat out amazing, and I just really love it. So we are following the adventures of the brand new USS Enterprise D, a Galaxy class vessel, a starship that allows to have families on, because at this point in the Federation there's no wars going on. Everything's basically at peace, apart from the war between the Federation and the Cardassian, aka the Border Wars, which we do find out later on. I have to admit, I really love The Next Generation. It is the best Star Trek series ever, and I'm so glad with season 3. I have to admit, season 3 hands down is the best season of Star Trek Picard, but The Next Generation is the best Star Trek show ever. I love Patrick Stewart as Picard. I love Jonathan Frakes as Riker. I love Mary Splint as Deanna Troi. I absolutely love Brent Spiner as Data, his brother-in-law, and of course as Dr. Noonien Sung. I love Brent Spiner, the way he plays different versions all through Trek history as different versions of Noonien Sung. flat out amazing. I really like his performance as Data. He has got some minimum moments in all 7 seasons of The Next Generation. We have Will Wheaton as Wesley Crusher. Yes, he's only in from season 1 to season 4, and he does come back in seasons 5 and 7. Not mainly 6, but he does come back. I love Ensign Ro Laren. She's actually a brilliant Bajoran. I do love the fact this series sets up so much with the Borg invading Federation space, kidnapping Jean-Luc Picard, assimilating him into the QS of Borg in the best of both worlds. I love the way how Picard gets kidnapped by the Cardassians, and he goes, "How many lights do you see there?" "There are 4 lights," and he gets tortured. The Next Generation has got to be the best Star Trek show in decades. I'm sorry to say that. It beats everything for me, and my favourite starship is the Enterprise D. Out of all the main starships, like from Discovery to Defiant, Voyager, the original Enterprise, Archer's Enterprise, the Enterprise D is the best one, I can honestly say, and it is my all-time favourite, especially ever in Blu-ray. It just looks so beautiful in Blu-ray, and I love The Next Generation. So let me know in the comments, how would you rank each Star Trek series? What is your favourite? Let me know in the comments. And again, to my good friend Mr. Jamie Arrowsmith, and should I say Admiral Arrowsmith, for putting Voyager in 5th place. But I'm sorry, I really do love Picard, and Strange New Worlds has really gone into 2nd place. I love Strange New Worlds. It is absolutely brilliant, and I cannot wait for season 2 in June. So thank you for watching. Have a cracking day, and now please stand back because I'm going to go into maximum warp.